What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Listen, 2026 is looking like a total absolute madness for anyone who loves video games. Our backlogs are already screaming for mercy, but the developers don't care. They're coming for our wallets, our sleep, and our sanity with some of the most ambitious projects we've ever seen. We've got legendary remakes, sequels that took forever to arrive, and some new titles that look like they're from another planet. I've spent the last week digging through every leak and official trailer to bring you the heavy hitters. So, grab your caffeine of choice, settle in, and let's dive into the most anticipated games of 2026 that are going to dominate your life. Let's get it. First up, we're heading back to Arcadia Bay. Sort of. Life is Strange. Reunion is the game fans have been begging for since 2015. Square Enix finally realized that the magic of the series started with Max and Chloe, and they're bringing them back for one more reality-bending ride. But don't expect a sunshine and rainbows high school drama. This is much darker. Max is an adult now, and her powers are starting to fracture, causing time bleeds, where different versions of reality collide in the open world. The town is much more interactive this time. It's not just a backdrop. Your choices literally warp the environment. If you save a building in one timeline, it might be a ruin in another. The emotional stakes are sky high, and the soundtrack is already sounding like a masterpiece of indie folk depression. It's a game about regret, growing up, and the consequences of messing with fate. If you're ready to cry your eyes out while solving supernatural mysteries, this Reunion is going to be a wild, emotional gut punch. Capcom is officially done playing it safe. Resident Evil Requiem is taking the survival horror genre into a massive, seamless open world. Imagine the atmosphere of The Village from RE8, but expanded into an entire coastal region in Europe with zero loading screens. The global infection system is the real star here. The world is alive, well, undead, and it changes based on how you play. If you don't burn out monster nests, the infection spreads, turning safe zones into death traps. The AI is more aggressive than ever. They've implemented a stalker system that makes the old nemesis look like a puppy. There are persistent threats that will track you across the entire map, using scent and sound to find your hideout. You'll have to manage your resources, fortify your base, and plan your excursions carefully. It's a brutal, beautiful evolution of the RE engine that makes every drop of blood and every rotting limb look terrifyingly real. This isn't just a game, it's a 20-hour panic attack. The legend is back, and it hasn't lost its teeth. The Gothic 1 remake is taking us back to the mining colony, and thank God, the developers kept the brutal and unforgiving DNA of the original. This isn't your typical RPG where the world revolves around you. In the colony, you're just another nameless prisoner, and the wildlife will eat you for breakfast if you wander off the path at level 1. The social system is just as tough. You'll have to choose between the 3 camps, and nobody is going to give you a warm welcome. You'll have to earn your place through blood, sweat, and ore. The ecosystem is fully simulated. Scavengers hunt in packs, orcs guard their territory, and the weather affects NPC behavior. The combat has been modernized to feel fluid, but it's still all about timing and skill. It's a gritty, dark, and deeply immersive world where surviving until sunset feels like a major victory. Welcome back to the barrier. Imagine if the dark, gothic vibes of The Witcher collided with the visceral combat of a Souls-like. The Blood of Dawnwalker is a dark fantasy epic where you play as a hunter cursed with bloodlust. You have to harvest the essence of ancient monsters to prevent yourself from turning into the very things you hunt. The combat is incredibly gore-focused. We're talking about a dismemberment system that makes every sword strike feel heavy and lethal. The open world is a decaying empire filled with ruins that look like a heavy metal album cover. The unique mechanic here is the day-night cycle. During the day, the humans are in charge, but when the sun goes down, the world becomes a playground for eldritch horrors that will hunt you down. You'll have to use stealth, traps, and raw power to survive the night. It's a high-stakes, moody RPG with a story that doesn't pull any punches. If you like your fantasy dark, bloody, and difficult, keep this one on your radar. Sci-fi fans, get ready, because this is the massive space sim we've been waiting for. Osiris Reborn takes the gritty, realistic world of the Expanse and opens it up like never before. Forget jumping between small hubs. This is a true open solar system experience. You command your own ship, manage a crew of misfits, and navigate the tense political Cold War between Earth, Mars, and the Belt. The physics are the real deal. Combat happens in zero-G, and ship maneuvers require actual strategy. No arcadey dogfights here. You'll be boarding derelict stations, mining asteroids, and making choices that can literally start a planetary war. The world feels lived in and dirty, far from the shiny sci-fi tropes. It's a game about survival in the harshest environment known to man, where a single hull breach means game over. If you want a space RPG with grit and consequence, this is your new obsession. Coming from a team of RPG veterans, Fatekeeper is a high fantasy project that's all about player agency. The world is built on a reactive narrative engine. From the moment you create your character, the world starts adapting to your background. If you play as a noble, the high courts are open to you, but the streets are dangerous. If you're a common thief, it's the opposite. The open world is a stunning mix of floating islands and ancient, shifting forests. The big hook is the fate mechanic. You can literally see the threads of the future and choose to break them, changing the outcome of entire regions. The combat is a tactical blend of magic and melee, letting you slow down time to execute perfect combos. It's a beautiful, ambitious game that promises that no two players will ever have the same story. It's the kind of deep RPG experience that we haven't seen in years. If you think you've mastered the Souls formula, Valor Mortis is here to humble you. Set in a Victorian-style city that's slowly being swallowed by a supernatural tide, this game is all about atmosphere and dread. The map changes in real time based on the tide system. Some areas are only accessible when the water recedes, while others require you to navigate flooded ruins filled with aquatic nightmares. The combat is fast and punishing, focusing on sacrifice mechanics. You can boost your damage by sacrificing your own health or sanity, creating a high-risk, high-reward loop that keeps you on the edge of your seat. The monster designs are straight out of a Lovecraftian fever dream. Think twisted sea creatures merged with Victorian aristocrats. It's depressing, it's beautiful, and it's going to be one of the most challenging games of the year. Get ready to drown in the atmosphere. The Horizon Festival has finally landed in Japan, and it's a visual masterpiece. This is the first Forza built from the ground up for the latest hardware, and it shows. The map is a stunning contrast between the neon-soaked, high-speed highways of Tokyo and the quiet, technical touge runs of the Hakone Mountains. Car culture is the soul of this game. They've introduced walkable hubs where the community can actually hang out, check out each other's custom builds, and trade tunes in person. The nightlife update is huge. When the sun sets, secret street races and drift meets appear all over the city, with a lighting engine that makes the rain-slicked asphalt look like a movie. The physics have been tweaked to satisfy both casual players and hardcore drifters. It's a love letter to Japanese automotive history and the most beautiful racing game ever made. See you at the starting line. Remedy is back to mess with our heads again, and Control Resonant is taking the oldest house vibes and spilling them out into a full urban open world. You're back as Jesse Faden, but the Bureau has lost control of a whole city district. The environment is basically a fever dream on steroids. Buildings shift while you're inside them, and the sky can turn into a kaleidoscope of cosmic horror at any second. The physics engine is the real MVP here. Every single object in the world can be used as a weapon, and with your upgraded telekinesis, you can literally rip chunks out of the pavement to use as shields or projectiles. The combat is a chaotic dance of flying chairs, exploding fire extinguishers, and weird-ass interdimensional powers. It's a game that demands you to be creative. If you want a world where reality is just a suggestion and every mission feels like a trip to the dark side of the moon, this is it. The cult classic survival RPG is back, and Outward 2 isn't going to hold your hand any more than the first one did. This is a game where you aren't the chosen one. You're just some guy who can get killed by a common cold or a pack of hungry wolves. The world is huge, beautiful, and absolutely indifferent to your existence. The survival mechanics have been cranked to 11. You have to manage hunger, thirst, sleep, and even your body temperature. If you go into the mountains without a warm coat, you're dead. If you drink dirty water, you're dead. But that's the beauty of it. Every journey feels like a real adventure. The magic system is still the most unique in the business. You don't just cast spells. You have to set up rituals and combine elements. It's a slow-burn, hardcore experience for people who want their open world to be a challenge, not a vacation. From the brilliant and slightly twisted mind of Ken Levine, the guy who gave us BioShock, comes Judas. This is a narrative Lego game, meaning the story is built out of the pieces of your choices in a way that's actually meaningful. You're on a decaying, city-sized spaceship, and everyone hates everyone. The open world, or open ship, is a high-tech nightmare where the three main factions are constantly trying to manipulate you. The combat is classic BioShock style. Guns in one hand, weird biological powers in the other. You can hack robots, set traps, and play the factions against each other. The twist: the world remembers what you did. If you screw someone over, don't expect them to help you when the ship starts falling apart. It's smart, it's stylish, and it's probably going to be the most innovative story-driven game of the year. Bungie is reviving their classic franchise, but this isn't your daddy's marathon. This is a high-stakes extraction shooter, set in a world that looks like a neon-drenched synthwave dream. You play as a runner, exploring a lost colony on a distant planet to find artifacts and gear. The world is persistent, meaning the actions of players can actually change the map over time. If a group of players unlocks a secret vault, it stays unlocked for everyone. The visual style is absolutely insane. Bright, popping colors, and clean lines that make it stand out from every other gritty shooter on the market. It's all about risk and reward. Do you stay longer to get more loot and risk losing everything? Or do you get out while you can? It's fast, it's competitive, and it's got that signature Bungie gunplay that feels better than anything else. If you want something truly weird, keep an eye on Ontos. This is a surrealist open-world exploration game where you play as a being made of light and sound. There's no traditional combat. Instead, you interact with the world through harmonics. You have to solve puzzles and navigate a landscape that looks like a high-end art gallery come to life. The world of Ontos is reactive to your movements. Plants grow when you sing to them, and mountains crumble if you hit the wrong note. It's a meditative, beautiful, and slightly unsettling experience that focuses on discovery rather than destruction. It's the kind of game that reminds you that open world doesn't always have to mean shooting things in the face. It's a visual and auditory masterpiece that will probably be the most unique thing you play all year. Finally, after years of delays, Replaced is coming to show everyone how 2.5D should be done. This is a cinematic platformer set in an alt-history 1980s that went horribly wrong. You play as an AI trapped in a human body, and the pixel art is so detailed it'll make your jaw drop. The world is a gritty, neon-lit wasteland filled with biopunks and corrupt corporations. The combat is fast and cinematic, looking like something out of a John Wick movie, but in 2D. The atmosphere is the big winner here. The rain, the smoke, and the music all blend together to create a vibe that is pure cyber noir. It's a shorter experience compared to some of the giants on this list, but every minute is packed with style and story. If you love pixel art and gritty sci-fi, this is a must-play. The Anime Souls is back. Code Vein 2 takes the vampire-themed action and moves it into a much larger, more open world. The city of Vane has fallen, and now you have to explore the ruins of the world outside the red mist. The character creator is still the best in the genre, letting you create the ultimate edgelord protagonist. The partner system is back and improved, with better AI and more tactical options. The combat is faster and more fluid, with hundreds of gifts, powers, to mix and match. The open world is full of massive, interconnected bosses that will test your build and your patience. It's stylish, it's over the top, and it's the perfect fix for anyone who wants a Souls-like experience with a heavy dose of anime flair. Get your blood beads ready, it's going to be a long night. Closing out our list is Saros, a new open-world IP that looks like Horizon Zero Dawn met Shadow of the Colossus. You play as a nomad in a world dominated by massive celestial machines that float through the sky like gods. Your job is to climb these giants, deactivate them, and use their parts to save your tribe. The scale of this game is what sets it apart. The world is huge, and the bosses are literally part of the geography. You have to use a grappling hook and paraglider to navigate the world and scale the machines while they're moving. The combat is a mix of tactical archery and high-speed movement. It's a gorgeous, peaceful, yet dangerous world that focuses on the awe of exploration. It's a breathtaking end to an insane year of gaming,